What's going on, NFL fans? Mr. Shawty here, back with round 3 of my 2022 NFL mock draft. Let's get into it. The 65th pick in the 2022 NFL draft, the Jacksonville Jaguars select Cole Strange, offensive lineman, Chattanooga. With the retirement of Brendan Linder, they need a center. That's why they're going to draft Strange. With the 66th pick in the 2022 NFL draft, the Detroit Lions select Brendan Smith, linebacker, Penn State. With Gerard Davis and Derek Barnes lined up to be alongside Alex Anzalone, they need an upgrade. They're going to try to get one here. With the 67th pick in the 2022 NFL draft, the Minnesota Vikings select Marcus Jones, cornerback, Houston. So they're going to grab their starting slot corner, sliding Sullivan as depth behind Dantzler and also competition for Dantzler. With the 68th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Houston Texans select Kenneth Walker, running back, Michigan. So they have other needs, but selecting the second best running back in the draft in the third round is too good a value. With the 69th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the New York Jets select Brian Osmoa, linebacker, Oklahoma. Their linebacker depth outside of C.J. Mosley isn't great, so they're going to grab another guy here. There's been a trade. The Jags have traded back with the Philadelphia Eagles. In addition to the 70th pick, Eagles get 106 and 197. Jags get 83 and 101 as well as 154. With the 70th pick of the 2022 NFL Draft, the Philadelphia Eagles select Alec Pierce, wide receiver, Cincinnati. Now that J.J. Arcega-Whiteside is a tight end, they're going to add another guy here. Wide receiver class was so deep, they stayed patient. The 71st pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Chicago Bears select Fedarian Mathis, defensive line, Alabama. After losing Eddie Goldman, Akeem Hicks, Bly Nichols, they need interior defensive line help. They're going to grab Mathis. With the 72nd pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the New York Jets select Isaiah Spiller, running back, Texas A&M. Michael Carter's only 5'8". They need another running back to be a little bit more physical. They're going to grab Spiller. The 73rd pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Indianapolis Colts select John Tolbert, wide receiver, South Alabama. They need another wide receiver outside Michael Pittman. They're going to grab a guy here. The 74th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Atlanta Falcons select Sam Williams, edge rusher, Mississippi. They already have drafted one guy. They're going to add another guy as their pass rush needs that much help. The 75th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Denver Broncos select Abraham Lucas, offensive tackle, Washington State. They already added Billy Turner. They're going to add Lucas to compete at right tackle. Loser moves to swing tackle. 76th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Baltimore Ravens select Martin Emerson, cornerback, Mississippi. So after losing Jimmy Smith and Tavon Young, they're going to add Emerson and Gordon to replace them this offseason. With the 77th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Minnesota Vikings select Cam Jurgens, offensive line, Nebraska. They're going to add him to compete at center with Garrett Bradbury. Loser moves as the backup. With the 78th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Cleveland Browns select John Mechie, wide receiver, Alabama. So they lost Higgins, they lost Landry, they replaced one with Amari Cooper. They're going to add another here. With the 79th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Chargers select Sean Ryan, offensive line, UCLA. They're going to have him compete with Matt Filer to play right tackle. Loser moves to left guard. 80th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Houston Texans select David Bell, wide receiver, Purdue. Outside Brendan Cooks, their wide receiver room's kind of a mess. They're going to add Bell here. The 81st pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the New York Giants select Brian Cook, safety, Cincinnati. Both of their safeties on the roster right now are at best in a free safety role. They're going to add a strong safety here. The 82nd pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Atlanta Falcons select Jeremy Ruckert, tight end, Ohio State. Right now, Kyle Pitts is at his best when he's in a flexed out position. They need an inline tight end. Enter Ruckert. With the 83rd pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Jacksonville Jaguars select Justin Ross, wide receiver, Clemson. They wait this long to take a wide receiver. Why not add a guy who's already had chemistry with Trevor Lawrence? With the 84th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Pittsburgh Steelers select Tariq Woolen, cornerback, UTSA. So they have Justin Lane, Akila Witherspoon, Levi Wallace. They still, I think, need a corner to replace Joe Hayden. With the 85th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the New England Patriots select Sky Moore, wide receiver, Western Michigan. Another small receiver, so Bill Belichick can grab his next Danny Amendola and Julian Edelman. With the 86th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Raiders select Rashad Walker, offensive tackle, Penn State. They desperately need a right tackle to go alongside Leatherwood. They're going to grab their right tackle here. With the 87th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Arizona Cardinals select Nick Bonito, edge rusher, Oklahoma. After losing Chandler Jones in free agency, they need that edge rusher. They're going to grab their guy here. With the 88th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Minnesota Vikings select Calvin Austin, wide receiver, Memphis. Kevin O'Connell needs his gadget-type player like Tutu Atwell. He's going to grab Austin here. With the 89th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Buffalo Bills select James Cook, running back, Georgia. They need a running back outside of Devin Singletary that they can count on. They're going to grab Cook to see if he's that guy. With the 90th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Tennessee Titans select Ed Ingram, offensive guard, LSU. They need a guard to replace Saffold. Enter Ingram, who should be starter at left guard. With the 91st pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the New England Patriots select Jalen Armour Davis, cornerback, Alabama. Bill Belichick's going to grab an Alabama standout to get some depth at corner. With the 92nd pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Chargers select Cam Taylor-Britt, cornerback, Nebraska. Chargers know Michael Britt is not an outside starting corner. They'll keep Samuel in the slot, and they grab a guy here. With the 93rd pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the San Francisco 49ers select Zion McCollum, cornerback, Sam Houston. The cornerback was one of their biggest weaknesses last year. They're going to make sure they grab a guy here. With the 94th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Kansas City Chiefs select Isaiah Thomas, edge rusher, Oklahoma. Outside Frank Clark and Boye Mafa, their edge rushers are not great, so they're going to add a depth piece here. With the 95th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Cincinnati Bengals select Nick Cross, safety, Maryland. Outside their top two safeties, they don't have any depth. They're going to get depth here. With the 96th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Denver Broncos select Greg Dulcich, tight end, UCLA. Outside their top guy that they have, he's under 500 yards. They don't have a lot, so they're going to get a guy here. Baltimore Ravens have traded up with the Tennessee Titans. The Ravens get 97, 131, 143. Meanwhile, Tennessee gets 100, 128, and 139. With the 97th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Baltimore Ravens select Luke Fortner, center, Kentucky. They're worried about the Cleveland Browns taking him, so they're going to trade up ahead of them to select their center. With the 98th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the New Orleans Saints select Cameron Thomas, defensive end, San Diego State. Outside Marcus Davenport and Cam Jordan, they don't have a lot of depth back there, so they're going to add the guy here. With the 99th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Cleveland Browns select Alec Lindstrom, center, Boston College. So Ravens grab their guy, Cleveland grabs their guy to compete with Nick Harris as their starting center. With the 100th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Tennessee Titans select Mahaji Sanders, edge rusher, Cincinnati. In case Bud Dupree misses any time, they need a third edge rusher behind Dupree and Landry. With the 101st pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Jacksonville Jaguars select Charlie Kohler, tight end, Iowa State. In case Evan Ingram inevitably gets hurt, they're going to grab a tight end as a security. With the 102nd pick of the 2022 NFL Draft, the Miami Dolphins select Zach Tom, offensive line, Wake Forest. Center's their biggest issue. They're going to add Tom here to compete with Dieter at center. With the 103rd pick of the 2022 NFL Draft, the Kansas City Chiefs select Leo Chenette, linebacker, Wisconsin. Outside Willie Gay and Nick Bolton, they don't really have a thumping linebacker. They're going to grab a third guy here. With the 104th pick of the 2022 NFL Draft, the LA Rams select Joshua Williams, cornerback, Fayette State. They're going to need a corner opposite Jalen Ramsey. They're going to make sure they select a corner here. The 105th pick of the 2022 NFL Draft, the San Francisco 49ers select Kingsley Enagbare, edge rusher, South Carolina. Outside D Ford and Nick Bosa, they don't have a lot of depth. They need a third edge rusher. They grab a guy here. As always, let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Like and subscribe. Peace out.